Module 17, Part 2, Tier 1 supports. As mentioned in Part 1, PBIS is a three-tier system. In this section, we'll explore Tier 1. Tier 1 of PBIS is the foundation of the framework. All students and staff participate in Tier 1 practices. Tier 1 begins with a set of 3 to 5 positive expectations. It is most likely a team exists within your school that was charged with creating these expectations. We'll show several local examples of expectations in the next few slides. But one example might be 3 Bs: be ready, be safe, be responsible. Once these expectations have been defined, staff members teach these expected behaviors in each setting of the building. For example, being safe in the hallways may include things like walking on the right side of the hallway, speaking only in a whisper, and listening for adults to give directions. Being safe in the cafeteria might include sitting in a specific spot, following the routine for getting food and drinks, and talking quietly with classmates at the table. Being safe in the playground might include staying in the playground area and taking turns on playground equipment. You'll notice that all of these expected behaviors list what the students should do, not what they shouldn't be doing. We never in our expectations start with do not run or do not yell. Instead, we're focused on explicitly saying what the behaviors should be, like walking or talking quietly. These expected behaviors as part of PBIS are reviewed regularly. In many cases, teachers review these expectations daily so students always understand what they are supposed to be doing. In Tier 1, staff members are monitoring the performance of expected behaviors. Informally, teachers may be assessing which students are able to follow the expectations in each area. The hallmark of Tier 1 is the acknowledgement system. This means that individual students and groups of students are recognized for demonstrating the appropriate behaviors that they have been taught. We'll talk more about the acknowledgement system in a few minutes. When students are not displaying appropriate behaviors, staff members will reteach the expectations. You will see in the graphic, Tier 1 is our biggest piece of the triangle. That is because all students participate in Tier 1, and we expect that in any given school, about 80% of the students will respond appropriately to Tier 1 just by being taught the expectations. As mentioned before, PBIS is a school-wide behavior program. It is used across all settings in a school building, including the classroom and the bus. Here are some local examples of expectations. Pine Grove uses PGA, promote safety, give respect, accept responsibility. At Haven Elementary, they use the HERO expectations: helpful, effort, respectful, on task. Williams Valley uses VIKES, voice, integrity, kindness, excellence, and success. At Blue Mountain, the EAGLE expectations are effort, accountability, gratitude, leadership, and encouragement. When schools develop their expectations, they explicitly define what those expectations look like in each area of their building. Here are some examples locally. This particular example is from a Pottsville school. They use PRIDE as their acronym: prepare, respect, inspire, demonstrate, excel. Now they have explicitly defined what behaviors represent each of those expectations in each area. In the hallways, prepare includes being prepared for class and only stopping at lockers during designated times. In the bathroom, demonstrate means flushing the toilet, washing your hands, get in and do your business, and get out. Respect in the cafeteria means keeping your hands to yourself and being respectful of others' property. In the canopy, where students are dismissed to their buses, excelling means including others in conversations, And inspiring means use kind words and actions. Here's another example of expectations from a Blue Mountain Elementary School. Again, you can see that each one of their expectations is defined across the settings. They've even included a large group area for assemblies and special events. Again, this is a way that PBIS explicitly teaches the expectations. If you are currently working in a school that uses PBIS, you should become familiar with what they call a PBIS matrix. That is where all of the expectations and the behaviors across the settings are displayed. Many schools have these in posters present throughout the school. Some of them explicitly have playground expectations next to the playground doors, or bus and van expectations next to the dismissal doors. Additionally, many of these matrices are posted in classrooms so that students and teachers can refer to them frequently. PBIS Tier 1's emphasis is teaching the appropriate behaviors. Once we have set the matrix that shows the expectations across the school settings, research has shown that we have to emphasize those appropriate behaviors by teaching students exactly what those behaviors look like. Now we're going to watch a short example of how schools may choose to teach those expectations. You'll notice many things throughout this video. First of all, it's meant to be a fun video. Even though we're teaching behaviors, we can still use humor, and in some cases, realistic misbehavior as non-examples. Again, this is a great way to teach expectations. And if you're working in a PBIS school, it is likely that they have developed similar videos of their own. Let's watch.
The playground bandits ruined things for everyone. Until some superheroes came along. This school year, one school of kids gets super on the playground. On swings, playing it safe. Slides, moving in the right direction. Monkey bars, making your turn. Wow, so cool. Playground expectations.
Come on, guys, let's take over the playground! What's that up in the sky?
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Super Spud. And my Super Hopkins sidekicks. Oh no. Good job, sidekicks. Now let's show these kids what Spud Pride looks like.
This is what being prepared looks like on the playground.
Dress appropriately in the winter.
Release your energy! Line up and stay with your class.
Level 0 boys when going back inside.
What does respect look like on the playground?
Use appropriate language that your parents would want to hear. Take care of equipment. Include others in your games. Come on, guys.
Listen to the directions of adults when they ask you to do something. Come on, guys. Say please and thank you, even on the playground. Show good sportsmanship. Hey, you'll make the next one.
What does integrity look like on the playground?
Wait for your turn. Share with others.
Help others.
Play in appropriate areas.
Report bullying.
Okay, guys, what does determination look like on the playground?
Be active every day.
And try new games, but more than that, play safe.
So far, so good. What does excellence look like on the playground?
Report major incidents to an adult.
Bring in what you take out. Clean up after yourself.
And be kind.
Well, it looks like my job is done here. Are you ready to show your Spud pride? Have a great school year.
Who's
As stated before, the acknowledgement of appropriate behaviors is an important part of PBIS and Tier 1. Acknowledgement systems are important because they reinforce the school expectations and positive behaviors. It also promotes a more positive school environment because staff, including paraprofessionals, can focus on positive behaviors. Using an acknowledgement system also increases positive interactions between the staff and students and allows staff to build relationships with students. Now that we know why the acknowledgement system is important, what does it actually look like and how does it work? This slide shows examples locally of acknowledgement tokens being used. In these examples, when students are demonstrating appropriate behaviors, a staff member will give the student a ticket. Notice that the expectations are listed on the ticket so staff can remind students exactly what appropriate behavior they were demonstrating that allowed them to get the ticket. In all three examples, students would record their names on the tickets and save them. Some schools offer school stores where students can trade their tickets for all kinds of items, including pencils, small toys, t-shirts with school logos, and even things like gift cards or tickets to local bowling alleys. Note that since the pandemic, some schools have begun using electronic tickets to avoid the contact of physical tickets. Class Dojo is a popular website and app that allows teachers and staff to electronically acknowledge students. If you are a paraprofessional working in one of these districts, you may be given access to Dojo by a classroom teacher. As a paraprofessional, it is important that you have access to tokens or whatever type of acknowledgement system is being used at your school. Here are some other ways that schools acknowledge appropriate behaviors. Teachers might call a parent with a positive phone call to discuss the appropriate behaviors of their student. Some schools do special events, such as pizza with the principal, breakfast with the boss, which is usually the superintendent, hoagies with heroes, where local police are invited to lunch with students, and other special meals. Schools may also post pictures and the names of students on their social media accounts. The picture on the left is an example of a picture posted by Schuylkill Haven. Students may also have their names read on morning announcements. Prize cards and other special events like dance parties, school-wide bingo, and even pep rallies are ways that students are acknowledged for their positive behaviors. This picture shows a prize cart utilized by one school. Students can trade tickets for prizes from the cart. On the right is a picture from Pottsville's middle school. The Crimson Cafe allowed students to electronically trade their points for a special lunch from McDonald's. Sometimes there are acknowledgement systems specific to certain areas of the school, like a special program running in the cafeteria or even something special on the bus. Let's watch this short video that explains Pottsville's acknowledgement for their bus system.
The Bus Bucks program is a way to get the kids to be more behaved, it's a way to give them a benefit of being behave on the bus, not to do anything. They can earn a pizza party, an ice cream party, or sometimes there's other parties that the whole bus can earn.
bus buck for facing forward for the entire bus ride.
I got a bus buck from keeping my hands and feet to myself.
For staying in my seat the whole ride to school.
One of the most powerful pieces of this video is how the students were able to name appropriate behaviors like facing forward and sitting down. Again, that's the goal of PBIS, for students to always understand what the expectations are in any school setting. To summarize PBIS's Tier 1, it's important to note that the behaviors and skills being taught are applicable to the future and careers. This picture shows a set of expectations from a trucking company, prominently displayed on their trucks. All companies have expectations and routines they expect employees to follow. These expectations are taught as part of the orientation and training process. When employees do what is expected of them and go above and beyond, they may receive bonuses, increased salaries, positive evaluations that may lead to promotions, and some companies even offer additional incentives like safety parties and picnics. Often these companies have better rates of employee retention because employees who are appreciated and acknowledged for their hard work are more likely to stay with the company. All of this parallels to the work of PBIS in Tier 1. It's important to remember that our goal is to prepare students for their future. This ends part 2. Please complete the questions before moving on to the next section. Thank you.